in an all-new season of Shark Tank, where hopeful entrepreneurs from across the country dream of a chance to secure an investment and gain powerful partners to start, grow, or save their businesses.
Last year, we grossed 1.5 million.
How much again?
If the Sharks hear a great idea, they're ready to invest using their own money.
Everything in my bones are saying this is a runaway hit.
And they'll fight each other for a piece of the action.
You take a big risk with me dropping out.
Not really.
Have you seen me drop out in situations like this before?
Are you dropping out?
Kevin brings nothing to the table.
But first, the entrepreneurs must convince a shark to invest the full amount they're asking for, or they'll walk away with nothing.
The logos are crap. The whole thing's crap. Is crap the brand?
It's sink
We're pre-revenue, so we're
I love that word.
or swim.
The line has been drawn in the sand. What are you going to do?
Are these your best offers?
Who are the Sharks? They're self-made millionaire and billionaire investors who are entrepreneurs themselves. Kevin O'Leary is a venture capitalist who turned a $10,000 loan into a software business worth $4.2 billion. Barbara Corcoran went from working as a waitress in Manhattan to building the city's preeminent real estate empire. Damon John is a fashion mogul and branding expert who grew his homemade clothing line into the globally recognized fashion brand FUBU. Robert Herjavec, the son of an immigrant factory worker, is now a technology mogul who sold his first internet companies for over $350 million. And Mark Cuban, notorious billionaire entrepreneur and the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks. First into the tank is Val Brennan, who feels she has a way to find love easier and faster.
My name is Val Brennan, and I'm co-founder of 3 Day Rule. We're requesting $200,000 in exchange for 10% equity in our company. Now, we're changing the way that singles in big cities meet. I was a lawyer working 16 hours a day on my career and 0 hours a day on my love life. I just didn't have time for mass market dating sites, which are filled with millions of profiles that are fake, inactive, or people who I'd never date. I also didn't have time to spend yet another Friday night at a bar talking to a guy only to realize that he had a girlfriend. I knew that I wasn't alone, and I knew that busy professionals deserved a better experience, which is why we created 3 Day Rule. 3 Day Rule is unique from other mass market dating sites because everyone must be invited or must be endorsed to get in. Think of it as a private dating club, with the result being quality pool of extraordinary singles. Here's how it works. People request membership. They go through a competitive application process. Once people are accepted, they take a quiz. We determine what their type is. They receive matches and can start communicating, even with me as the co-founder who is single, but they can start communicating with other singles and quickly go on dates. We are ready to compete in this $3 billion market opportunity and help the 96 million singles in this country alone find love.
Many questions, Val. First of all, do I impute from your name the 3 Day Rule that perhaps after 3 dates, I might... What's the word I'm looking for?
No. Guys, when we read that, we don't read 3 Day Rule. We read 3 Date Rule. You know?
3 Date Rule. No, actually.
Is that what you're implying?
No. Let's clarify any ambiguity. So the 3 Day Rule was this rule in pop culture that people thought, I can't call somebody for 3 days because I'll seem too desperate. And what that resulted is people waiting by the phone, not going out on dates, and not really meeting the
But
rule.
you are aware of the 3 Date Rule as well.
We are aware of that rule.
What is that rule?
What is that rule, Kevin?
The 3 Date Rule is an investment portfolio strategy. Third date is when the bond comes due.
You consummate the deal.
Oh, God.
So this is for busy, wealthy people?
Well, we look for a number of criteria. Our demographic is the 12 million people who are making over $50,000.
They have to make over 50 to get in.
No, I mean, it's definitely who we're marketing to. What we're looking for is people who are established in their career, who have had accomplishments, not only in their professional life, but also in their personal life, and who are relationship-minded. The key differentiator from the other dating sites is that we actually have an application process or a quiz before you get onto the site.
You may find this hard to believe, but sometimes guys lie.
I know.
It's horrible. Do you validate any of that information?
We do validate the answers, and we have additional premium services that we'll offer, an additional revenue stream for us beyond the subscription fee that we're charging is actual validation. So members will actually have it verified.
So unless I play extra, I get the liars, is what you're saying?
But Robert, what's the criteria for women? You don't think women lie?
I think women tend to be more honest in
So you're
dating.
saying somebody that puts on fake nails, fake eyelashes, fake lips, and fake hair, they're not lying?
Good point. Good point.
Now, how many members do you have now?
We have about 10,000 people that have submitted applications.
Pay the subscription fee?
No, we're pre-revenue, so we're
Oh, I
actually
love
in
that
our,
word, pre-revenue.
we're actually in our
What it
data
means is
build.
you have no sales.
We launched about 4 weeks ago, and one of the things that we wanted to do was build up a core base of users. So at this point, we decided that we will not implement a paywall, as they call it in the dating
Yeah, but
industry.
that's hardly a
until day
test.
3.
Everybody jumps in without paying.
One of the things that we had is we had an earlier version of this business, and what we had was a successful offline matchmaking business.
You had this business before.
We did. We had events, and we also had activities, and we had matchmaking.
And what happened to it?
So that business is still existing. What's happening is we're actually scaling that business to this online offering.
How much is a subscription?
$100 is the base subscription.
For a 1-year subscription?
No, for 1 month. So it would be $100 per
$100 a
month.
month?
You haven't done that
Yes.
yet. You haven't proven that yet.
We actually have in our offline model.
How many members do you have in that original business?
So for that, close to 10,000 people.
And what's your revenue for that business?
From that, it was about $70,000 from last year.
Are you single?
I'm single, yes.
If you're single, maybe the product doesn't work.
No, that's not true. I'm creating.
Maybe she's too picky, Damon.
No, I've been single because I've been working 68 hours a day and I don't have time to really go out and meet people.
But have you
I'm
gone on your
building
own
this-
website?
I have. Actually, that was my profile you just saw.
So you
I'm
haven't met
building-
your Mr. Wonderful yet.
Well, I put up a profile, I started communicating, but my business partner is an expert matchmaker. She's been matchmaking for a very long time,
wait.
so she has that knowledge.
You have 10,000 people. How many signed up for the $100 per year fee?
We charge them $1,000 for 3 dates.
Whoa.
$1,000 for 3 days.
Well, you gotta
Essentially-
fall in love right away.
Or you got to cash that check right away.
We did, but
So about how long did you do that model?
we did that model for about a year.
And you basically made 70 sales.
Right, but we had events and activities also where we collected a transaction fee and a ticket price. $10
Complicated.
event, so.
Did you make money on the events as well? Is
We
that
did.
a revenue generator?
The online-offline commerce industry is huge. It's a $3 trillion industry.
Val, I just don't understand one thing. Other sites that we see on TV, don't they all do just a
They do.
similar thing? What is the difference?
The difference is we actually screen people coming into the community.
Those sites don't screen people?
They don't screen. So anybody with an email address can log on to some of those mass market dating sites.
Just pretend you worked for one of those companies, and we said, one of your competitors' 3-day rule said you don't screen at all. What would they say?
They probably would agree. Those companies are about
No,
quality.
I don't think so.
Now, all I care about is money, okay? So, and you're gonna have to explain to me how
Yes.
you make money at some point today.
Absolutely. So I'll take you down the path to revenue. Members will pay $100 per month. They're able to buy subscriptions in 1 month, 3 month, and 6 month increments. We estimate people will stay on probably between 3 and 6 months. We will make anywhere between $300 and $600 per customer. So if you have 200,000 members and you go across 20 major metropolitan cities, by year 3 you have $20 million.
You have no anecdotal evidence that that's going to
You
be
know,
a
Val,
metric.
you have the perfect answers, but they're all based on theory.
I'm looking for a reason to say yes. Because if there is a way to differentiate and it's real, you got a home run.
I agree, and I think we do.
But you haven't proven it. One last chance.
Okay.
And don't tell me you have a questionnaire and you have algorithms. Tell me, what is it? One last chance.
Okay.
And don't tell me you have a questionnaire and you have algorithms. Tell me, what is it?
Our major selling point, our value proposition is that everyone must be endorsed. So there's social context around every member. You know that that person has gone through an application process. They've been approved. There's implicit trust that whoever you're meeting is someone who's been vetted so people don't feel like they're putting themselves out there on a dating site where everyone can see their love life.
I just don't think that's strong enough. I think that every matchmaker, they would tell you the exact same thing. That's just not enough of a differentiation. So for that reason, I'm out.
I don't think 3-day rule is ever going to dominate the dating business online. That's already done. The guys that have established scale there now can squeeze you like a teenage pimple if they want. They can do all kinds of things to you that are going to hurt if you start to garner share. Maybe they'll buy you, maybe they'll crush you, I don't know. But for me, that's too big a risk. So for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you.
You're asking $200,000 for 10%. You do understand you're valuing this at $2 million.
Yes.
You're not in love with the valuation?
No, I don't think so.
I'll tell you a little bit about the valuation. We already have investors already committed and money in the bank at a $4 million valuation. And that's
How much have you raised there?
we've raised $150,000.
At a $4 million valuation?
Yes, that's right. But we realize the value that you bring to the table.
So Val, you know the saying, never trust the skinny chef, right? Well, never invest in a single matchmaker. I'm out.
So, Val, it's been an interesting journey.
Okay.
You're very pleasant.
I feel like we're on a date right now.
Oh. I'm not clear, and I keep coming back to, you're just another dating site.
No, we're different. We are different from the mass market dating sites.
I don't think you explained that. I was looking for you to say, here's all the other dating sites, but here's why I'm different. And for me, you didn't do that today. For that reason, I'm out.
You were not convincing here at all. And in fact, I would say you were confusing. And I was listening hard. Most importantly, the name is terrible. 3-day rule, I'm a girl, and I even interpreted it the way these guys interpret it.
I like that.
Third day, you better put
I like
out.
that.
So for those reasons, I'm out.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Good luck, Val.
You were dead on about the name, though.
I love the name. I think if she could guarantee the 3-day rule, then she'd have something proprietary, Mark.
This season, we've seen millions offered by the Sharks.
I'll take $90,000 and add 0 to it. So now we're at $900,000.
I'll give you $1 million.
You, my friend, become a millionaire.
Yowza!
Dreams have come true.
Take the offer. Of course!
Put your game face on!
That's a deal.
And countless lives have changed.
Since I made a deal with Lori, we've done $3 million in sales. She said she was going to make me a millionaire, and here we are. Since airing on Shark Tank, we've sold over $1 million worth of Kiss Sticks products.
His partner with Robert.
We're already over $1.5 million. Shark Tank changed my life.
We have $300,000 in sales in over 300 stores.
This is going to be a multi-million-dollar company very soon.
We have 165 locations. We're pointing toward $20 million in sales.
Since going on Shark Tank, we've done close to $500,000 in just 2 months.
We're on track to hit $5 million in this first year. It sounds corny, but it is the American dream, and we honestly feel like we're living it.
We've been so good to our local economy here in Maine. We've been invited to the governor's home.
You're creating great jobs for the people of the state of Maine, so keep them coming. I don't know where I would be without Shark Tank. It's more than just a TV show. It is sincerely something that has made my dreams come true.
Now it's your turn. If you think your business has what it takes to swim with the Sharks, go to abc.com for your chance of a lifetime. Next up are Ryan and Daniela Kelly with an after-school business inspired by Ryan's best friend.
And a kid.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I'm 11. And I'm his son, Daniela. And this is Barkley, my best friend who inspired me to start my company, Ryan's Barkery. We are asking for an investment of $25,000 in exchange for 25% of Ryan's business. Ryan's Barkery bakes and sells fresh, all-natural dog treats. So fresh, they should be slapped. Your family is like mine, and you consider your pet to be part of the family, just like Barkley. After we adopted him, we went shopping for dog treats and found that they smelled horrible. They couldn't possibly taste fresh and be wholesome. Since Ryan and I share a passion for baking, we consulted with a veterinarian to find out which ingredients are good for dogs and started experimenting in the kitchen. We didn't stop experimenting until we found flavors that Barkley cannot get enough of. We made super flavors like pumpkin apple, banana oat, and low-fat cheddar. Our treats are baked fresh with simple ingredients and no preservatives. I rode my bike to my friends' houses and did taste tests with their dogs. Their dogs went crazy for our treats. Look how Barkley reacts. I started getting calls from pet owners asking where they could buy these treats, and that's how the Barkery was born. With an investment from you, we could develop our website and start fulfilling orders in a commercial kitchen. We need your partnership in order to grow because I can't do this alone and keep up with my homework. Thank you for your time. We brought some treats for you to see, smell, and even taste if you'd like.
They're human grade?
They are.
Thank you, Ryan.
Wow, great job.
Thank you, Ryan.
Oh, they're so cute.
Barbara?
I've never
Thanks,
eaten a
Ryan.
dog biscuit.
Ryan, where are you making these today?
In our kitchen, at home.
When do you do it? After you finish your homework at night? On weekends?
No, early before school, like at 5.
5 in the morning you get up to bake these?
Good for you, Ryan.
Wow. Do you have any siblings that help you out here?
Yeah, my older brother, Nick.
And is he getting up at 5 o'clock with you?
No. Sometimes when I have like lacrosse practice and there's an adoption event, I'll let him go and then he keeps some of the money that he makes.
Your older brother's working for you?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Have you sold any of these?
We sold about 200 bags of them.
What do you sell the bags for, Ryan?
$4 a bag with 8 treats in each.
And what does it cost you to make one of those bags?
36 cents each bag.
Ryan, have you made any attempts to grow the business? To sell more bags?
We tried to sell at the supermarket, but
I don't think it worked out so well.
What happened?
They were very receptive to having them. We quickly found out that it was better to take out any middleman to get the product directly to the dog.
Ryan, are you selling them any other way? Are you selling them through the
Like,
community?
we'll bring them to lacrosse practice and give out little samples because there's a lot of dogs there, and a lot of people bought them there and just kept on repeating.
But did they ever buy them again without you there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Lacrosse game?
the labels have a phone number on it, so
Ryan, how much money did you put into the business, and where'd you get the money from?
from my best investor, of course, my mom.
What did Mom invest?
How much do you owe me, Ryan?
$200.
Yeah, have you guys made a profit?
Yeah,
Why haven't you paid your mom back?
because we just keep on baking them, and at some of the adoption events, I give her a lot of the money to help pay her back.
Hey, Ryan, where do you see the business going?
I see like stores with my treats in them, and a website where people could develop orders and then we fulfill them.
Ryan, you know what Mr. Cuban's going to say to you? If you're a real businessman, you have to quit school right now and do this.
No, you know what I'm going to tell you, Ryan? I'm going to tell you exactly. My first business I started when I was 12 years old. And the reason I started my business was because I wanted a new pair of basketball shoes. And I went door to door to door selling garbage bags. My garbage bag route is not all that much different than what you're doing with your trees. But $25,000 is a lot of money. And with all that money comes a lot of responsibility. And I think it would be very, very difficult for you while you're still in school and while you're trying to balance all these things, really to put that money to work. So as much as I'm excited for you, I'm proud of you, I think you're going to do amazing things, but I still have to say I'm out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ryan, when I was 11 years old, I couldn't even dream of owning my own business. The reason I started my business is somebody much later on in life fired me. But to be 11 years old and actually go out there and dream about that, that's fantastic. Look, this is not the business that I want to invest with you in today, but I think you'll be back. And for that business, hopefully I'll be here and we can talk then. But for this today, I'm out.
Thank you.
Ryan, so where I grew up, it was people wanted to be rappers and gangsters, and when I told my buddies that I was going to be a fashion designer, they laughed at me. But I didn't care. How do your friends feel about this?
I think they're jealous now that I'm here.
They are.
Yeah, right.
no kidding.
Way to take it to them.
Ryan, very few 11-year-olds get on Shark Tank. You're a very lucky guy. Here you are. It's not a business yet. It's a hobby. Nothing wrong with that. A hobby you make money at is a good thing. But if you really want to turn this into a business, you've got a long road ahead. Good luck to you. I'm out.
Yep. I'd love to make you a full price offer for exactly what you're asking, $25,000 for 25%, because I think this has the potential to be a very big business quickly.
Wow.
Ryan, I want you to, and I think Barbara's making you a very generous offer, but I want you to really think about what Cuban said, though. You're going to have to sell almost $150,000 worth of cookies to pay her back.
Guess what? You don't have to pay me back until your 13th birthday, and all you have to do is pay me back $5,000 a year. By your 13th birthday, that's going to be nothing.
Ryan, do you really want Barbara at your 13th birthday party?
I'm not coming to your
I
party.
think Barbara's being very generous. I just want you to understand
The responsibility.
The responsibility. I think she is a great partner, but sometimes money just creates a bigger problem. I think you're going to be really good without us. So, I'm out.
Ryan, don't listen. Don't listen to that.
Listen, don't listen to any of this. Buy a leather jacket, take the money, buy a car.
Right. Gotta say yes or no, guys.
Is there anything to think about?
We have a deal.
Car and college. Car and college.
Let me lift him up.
These guys
Whoa, good job. Nice job. Nice job. Never heard of anything.
Congratulations, Ryan.
What a cute.
Way to go, Ryan.
I'm so proud of you.
Why did you guys bid on that?
Barbara has a great track record with foodie-type
A
products.
compliment at last. A compliment.
I have a business. This is going to be something amazing. I can't wait to see it in every dog store there is.
I'm Corey Ward.
And I'm True Quackenbush.
We're from Cincinnati, Ohio.
And we are Tom and She. Tom and She is a grilled cheese and tomato soup shop for the kid at heart.
And a beef and cheddar and a grilled cheese donut going to sea. I think people love grilled cheese because it is a classic comfort food. It's something that everybody had growing up. Sandwiches with melted cheese on it. It doesn't really get much better than that.
What sets Tom and Chi apart would be our creativity, the use of many different ingredients, combinations. We're always offering something that's fun and unique.
One more basket for a donut, please. I got a banana rama coming over.
Tom and Chi is a family business. Corey and I and our wives, we all emptied our bank accounts. We all quit our jobs to start our cheesy empire. Our restaurants have been very busy, so busy in fact that sometimes it feels we can't keep up with demand. We're ready to go in and see these sharks. We need this investment because the public demands Tom and Chi, and we need to keep up with them.
Good afternoon, Sharks. My name is Corey Ward.
And I'm Drew Quackenbush. Our company is Tom and Chi.
We're seeking $600,000 in exchange for 10% of our company. $600,000 may seem like a lot for an empire built on cheesy goodness, but I assure you, once you taste what Drew's cooking, you'll be a believer.
Corey and his wife came over for a cookout at my house, and he said, "Do you want to open up a grilled cheese and tomato soup shop?"
Thankfully, Drew said yes. So in the winter of 2009, we emptied our bank accounts, we bought a tent and a griddle, and set up on Cincinnati's Fountain Square next to an ice skating rink.
The response was incredible. What started out as curiosity quickly turned to excitement as word of mouth spread.
And 364 days after we set up our tent, we opened our first shop. And it wasn't long before we had lines out the door. Then we got an offer from a local mall. They liked our concept so much, they basically handed us our second restaurant.
This year, Tom and Chi sold our very first franchise in Louisville, Kentucky. With your help, we want to expand our franchising efforts and really build something special.
We now have over 70 employees and we're growing.
We are proof the American dream is still alive, and we know that with your help, we will be the next big thing. I've created our world-famous grilled cheese donut for you to try, and whoever makes this deal not only is getting a good opportunity, but we're going to name a sandwich after you.
Let's feed some to Barbara and see if she lives.
This is a donut?
It is a yeast glazed donut.
So yeah. I'm eating a donut that's been fried.
It's not been fried, it's been grilled.
Grilled.
Mm.
Mm. I gotta admit, it tastes great.
Is this your only product? I mean, you mentioned this here, and I'm guessing there's tomato soup, and you sell traditional grilled cheeses as well.
We have over 20 sandwiches on the menu.
Can we see your menus? Of course. Okay, so give us the breakdown, because as interesting as it sounds to talk about a grilled cheese and donut, that doesn't mean that's what everybody's buying.
Well, our most popular sandwich is the barbecue bacon, where we take barbecue potato chips, bacon, American cheese, and we put on white bread.
Does that come with a defibrillator?
It comes with a lot of yums, is what it comes with. We do pesto and turkey. We roast our own meats, create our own sauces and spreads. Everything we do is pretty much vegetarian as far as soup goes, unless we put meat in the title. So we definitely are pushing a health conscious.
Health conscious.
Grilled cheese.
So the sandwiches are relatively cheap. The menus are definitely cheap. So are you guys perceived in your marketplace as being a really inexpensive place to go get lunch?
I'm going to re-articulate his question. The menu looks like crap. The logos are crap. The whole thing's crap. Is crap the brand?
It's gourmet grilled cheese that's given out at a reasonable price. In this economy, everybody needs something they can take a family of 5 out to, and we can do that at Tom and Chi. You can come in and you can sit down with all your little kids, and everybody can have a great meal and walk away happy.
We have 70 employees. What are your sales?
Our 2 corporate stores have grossed, last year we grossed 1.5 million.
How much again?
You sold $1.5 million of this stuff
in the last 12 months.
Very impressive.
We've actually done $1,400 in an hour.
They will wait an hour and a half just to get up to order.
If I drove by your shop, I'd see people lined up out the door?
Yeah, out the door.
Tell me what the franchise fees are.
Okay, it's to get in, it's $35,000, and then it's like 7.5% comes back to us. And our franchisee, he had to spend about $250,000 to get his first store open.
How's his monthly sales doing?
Great, he did $100,000 last month.
Wow. You know what I love about your business? You have the most important ingredient, the magic of any great business. You've got a line out front.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you an offer. I'm going to give you half of the $600,000 for 30% of the business if you could get another shark in on the deal. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, what's the odds that these 2 guys are going to win? And everything in my bones are saying this is a runaway hit.
This is a winner.
I want to let you guys get a little more focused here.
Okay.
My portfolio kind of goes the opposite way. I really believe in healthy products. So this just wouldn't be for me. I'm out.
Okay. You know, I'm sitting on the fence here looking at this saying, these guys have come up with something so outrageous that it worked. I would have never thought this would have worked, ever. And it has. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw $100 grand in just to be a piece of this really crazy idea.
All right, I'm in on that.
How much you win, Robert? You have 100 or 200 available?
I'm in for 100.
Barbara, Robert, and Kevin have made an offer, but True and Corey need another $100,000 from the last remaining shark to reach the $600,000 they have asked for.
What are you thinking, Rick? We know you have the resources to help us grow. We've done our research.
I'm not going to do $100,000. It's just not worth the time and aggravation. But what I will do is I'll go in with Barbara. I'll match Barbara's $300,000. So each of us will put in $300K for a total of $600K for a total of 30% equity. But I don't want all the sharks in. That's just too much work, too much hassle, too much paperwork. And in addition, I want the rights to the state of Texas, just in case it takes off.
We actually have a very interested person for Dallas already.
Well, then we'll carve out Dallas, and if they don't close, then that'll revert back to me.
And may I say, I want New York because I'm going to be jealous of him carving that out.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not in love with it enough to compete and start to bid this thing up. I just can't get there. I'm out.
I'll clear the field. You got Barbara, you got Mark, 300,000 each for 30%. What do you say?
I'd say we take the deal.
Yes, sir. All right. This is going to be awesome. You were the two that we were talking about the whole time.
It's not easy being cheesy, right?
Oh, you know.
Good for you.
Thank you guys so much.
You got to shave it off, no?
I've never seen that coming.
Not in a million years.
I've already got all the people in place. I've got a buyer. I can take it to Wisconsin cheese.
Good, you do all the work, I'll collect the profit. That's a deal?
No.
That's not a bad deal for $600,000. Who's ready to make some cheddar?
Next up is Ryan Frankel and Kunal Sarda with a business to help global communication.
Me llamo Ryan Frankel.
Did you get what he said? He said, my name is Ryan Frankel.
Me llamo Kunal Sarda. Nosotros somos los fundadores de Verbalize It.
He is Kunal Sarda, and they are the co-founders of Verbalize It.
Estamos buscando $250,000 por 15% de nuestra compañía.
They are seeking $250,000 for 15% of their company.
In case you haven't figured it out, Erica is a translator, and her job is to help people from around the world talk to each other.
Verbalize It allows you to put Erica in your back pocket. Here's how it works. With Verbalize It, you simply register at the Verbalize It website or download the app. Within 15 seconds, you press a button on your phone, you're instantly connected to one of our live translators around the world. You tell that translator what you need, place the phone on speaker, our translators communicate on your behalf.
Every year, millions of international travelers run into situations where they cannot communicate because of the language barrier.
We want to work with you to put Verbalize It in the hands of individuals and businesses around the world. So who's ready to make a deal?
Thank you, Erica.
What's your background? Where did you come from? Kunal and I met in business school.
What business school did you meet in?
At Wharton. Wow. Ryan, walk me through how it works. I download the app. Do I call it international 1-800 number? Yes. Correct. Your call is routed directly from our virtual call center to one of our thousands of translators around the world.
So you're sourcing people that have capacity at that moment anywhere in the world. If I'm in Egypt, if I'm in Russia, I'm in Cyprus, if I need Greek. You have enough people now sourced to actually translate for me?
That's what's really interesting, Mr. Wonderful. We have created this global community of multilingual individuals who are monetizing on their spare time during the day.
This is very interesting, but I'm trying to figure out the business model because the key to this is every single time I call, the guy's got to be there translating for me 30 seconds later.
Absolutely. We have 2,000 translators already around the world, and we're live in 5 languages, and we can connect your call within 15 seconds of you dialing.
I'm trying to figure out how you can get somebody that quickly in a language 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great question. So what we've created here is a powerful community of people around the world who speak a second language and want to be able to make money during their spare time. So by virtue of having such a large population of people who want to make money,
Your call will automatically always
So, Ryan,
be
how
answered.
do you pay them? So first of all, let's go to the traveler. Kevin's traveling. Does he pay you to download the app?
The app is free, so anyone who goes to the App Store can download it for free and try it for free, one free call. And then afterwards, our customers pay anywhere from 50 cents to $1 per minute, depending on how many minutes they buy.
And then how do you pay the translators?
Translators make anywhere between $7 and $15 an hour based on every minute that they translate.
What percentage of the 50 cents you're collecting a minute is that?
We have a 70% margin.
And what are your sales to date?
In the last 2 weeks, we've had $10,000 in sales.
How long has it been on the market?
Verbalize has been live as of 1 month.
How do you filter these people? How do you get these translators? And how do you trust that they're going to translate correctly?
The first and foremost, we found 50 translators by going out and talking to language learning centers. And we said, okay, would you like to join our community? And then we've got tremendous word of mouth referrals.
Do you have a rating system after the call is over to
Yes,
rate
we
the
do.
translator?
We do. So you build up a reputation as a higher quality translator, you make more money.
Our top translator made $550 in the last 2 days.
There's so many translation apps out there. Why is this specifically different from everything else?
On the one hand, you have machine-based technology, which just doesn't work.
And I'm going to disagree with you there significantly. Machine language translation does work, particularly in a business environment. So you have to go out and find translators that understand business. Because if we were doing a deal and someone said they've got a subordinated note that has a buyout at 13% and we're going to do a cram, whatever it may be, typical translator's not going to understand that.
Our community ranges from people who have just graduated high school to people who have their PhDs and the business degrees.
But you lose your instantaneous aspect of it because that person has got to be available, because it's not like there's an unlimited number of those people willing to work cheap.
What does your business look like in terms of the languages?
So we're live in 5 languages, as I said.
Which
Hindi,
5?
Mandarin, Spanish, Portuguese, and French.
Why not Croatian?
We don't have a translator yet. How about joining us?
I got some time.
We've only been live for a month, and we're very excited with some of the large partnerships that we're working on. We just launched a pilot with Skype, which means that any one of the 31 million Skype users can add a verbalize a translator into any conversation.
You've made that deal with Skype?
We have.
Wow. Whoa. Tell us how that deal works.
So we reached out to Skype, given the fact that they're a fantastic company. We are now the featured app in the Skype app directory.
Is it an exclusive deal? Can someone else in your space come in and also offer the same thing as Skype?
Well, since we don't have an exclusivity agreement, someone could technically come in. There aren't a lot of companies out there doing what we're doing, and we do have a word-of-mouth agreement, but that won't be the case.
I happen to think that Skype piece is the sex appeal in the whole deal. It creates a lot of confidence. I really thought that was a real deal, like you cornered the Skype space. So I'm out. Too shaky for me. I'm too scared.
So guys, my other fellow sharks are asking a lot of questions because there's clearly going to be some blood in the water. This is really in their tech space. But I'm going to watch them fight, and this is really going to be good. I'm out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See, Ryan, Mark loves to hear himself talk so much that when he's quiet, I know there's something going on.
Guys, I'm going to make this easy for you. I've made several investments in language. One of the challenges is no solution has everything. Human translators sometimes don't fit for very verticalized applications because you can't hit them all fast enough or find the right people. Machine language, vice versa. So when you go into big commercial accounts, it'd be a huge bonus to have both. So what I'm willing to do, without hearing any of these guys, because that's just a waste of time, is $250,000 for 25%, yes or no? Why don't you go ahead and step in the hall and talk about it, okay? Because I don't want it to be polluted by these guys, because it just drags things on.
Do you want to hear any other offers? We want to hear other offers, correct?
Then you take a big risk with me dropping out.
Not really.
Have you seen me drop out in situations like this before?
Are you dropping out?
Mark has made an offer of $250,000 for 25% of the company, but Kevin and Robert are both circling the bait.
Just to keep it interesting, I'll give you $250,000 for 20%.
I'll do $250 for 25%. I think you guys are smart guys. I think you'll pick the right partner.
Are these your best offers? Can we have a moment to talk about it?
Sure.
Sure.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It's a fascinating model.
He's a cool character.
What do you think?
Good offers on the table.
It's a little bit lower than what we wanted.
I wouldn't mind going with Mark and Robert if we can bring them down to 20%. What do you think?
Wonderful has a lot of experience.
He does have a lot of experience.
Do you want to be an investor?
I gotta tell you, I think we could have got a better deal if we went on this together.
Who do you think's going to get it?
I don't know. This is a tough one. All right, guys. You've had a discussion. What have you decided?
Well, we love all three of you. You've all made amazing offers. But the one thing we've learned in business school is that it's not just about creating value, it's also about capturing value.
So we'd like to understand a little bit better whether or not Mark and Robert can improve their offers to beat Mr. Wonderful's offer.
I'll add one thing. I have somebody who works for me. All she does is machine language translation. If you don't think 5% is worth just an introduction to one of the most advanced machine language translation software systems and servers in the business, that's up to you.
You have to believe that machine language deficits give you incremental business, and it may or may not. Your business model isn't actually tied to that. You need the flexibility to expand the opportunity and do a little more research on what the best path is. And here's what I know. You want to give up as little equity as you can right now, because if it works, every single point is going to be worth a fortune.
You know what, guys, that's a whole Shakespeare much ado about nothing, that whole sentence. I mean, I've been selling at the call center environment when Kevin still had
I
his.
actually had a call center business. That's the difference. He's just a sales rep. I ran the business.
My friend, I'm much more in the sales rep.
At the end of the day, you've got to make a decision about how much equity do you want to park.
Kevin brings nothing to the table. You know, with all due respect, I think Mark is in that business like I'm in that business.
No, they're not in your business.
I'm going to stick to my 250.
They're not doing what you're doing.
No, I really am in their business.
You're in machine language translation. That's not the same thing.
I'm calling on the same customers, which is all the more reason.
That's also not true.
Yes, it is true.
All right, guys. The line has been drawn in the sand. These are hard offers by the Sharks. What are you going to do?
Estamos pensando, okay? What would you like to do? Mr. Wonderful, you have a deal.
Oh. Wow. Whoa. Surprise.
Looking forward to working with you guys.
Wow.
Very interesting. Thanks a lot. Great work. Take care. Great.
Congratulations.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Every dog has his day.
I love that deal. You know, I just realized those guys spoke the language of money, not the language of building something of value.
You know what the good news is? I'll end up competing with them.
Bring it on.
In the end, it wasn't about the 5%, but Mr. Wonderful just showed that he really understands what our business is about. We're really excited to be working with him.
Meet evil scientist Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz.
This is nice, huh?
He's an entrepreneur inventor, and such a big fan of the show that he wrote in, hoping to get a chance to pitch one of his newest innators to the Sharks. Doof recently got his big break. Now, will the Sharks invest?
Behold the Shrinkinator!
Have you done any advertising yet?
No, but I am negotiating with the management over at the Slushy Burger to put a flyer in the window.
What a crummy idea.
Doof, you come into the Shark Tank and you're telling us the Doof is due and that's your sales pitch?
Exactly!
To see the full pitch, go to abc.com/Shark Tank. To see more Dr. Doof, watch Phineas and Ferb on Disney Channel.
It's the hottest night on television.
The dance floor is going to erupt!
ABC Monday, Dancing's two-night finale event begins.
Yes!
The Final Four.
I just want to win.
Their final dance.
Nothing can compare or prepare you for this.
With two explosive performances, Psy and Pitbull.
Stop time and enjoy this moment.
Here we go.
It's the biggest moment of the season.
The new champion is...
Dancing with the Stars live finale event begins Monday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Get excited. The Sharks will return with all new episodes Fridays this fall on ABC.